So it's been a little while since I've posted a video. Still working on my old house. I've been working on that for, I think it's been a year since we've moved into this new house, and it's a project that I'm sick of. And if I had to do it again, I probably wouldn't, but that's not what this video is about. So during the last several months, I've been spending a lot of time at the old house, getting that done. And one thing I started working on that honestly I should have started on 20 years ago, I started working on eating a little healthier, and as a result of that, cut some weight, which is good, but there are, I guess you could call them consequences to that, which, depending on your opinion of buying clothes, could be good or bad. I don't like to spend money on clothes unless I absolutely have to. I would much rather just throw on some patches or whatever, especially with clothing that I would wear in the shop. I want to use it until it's no longer usable. My wife doesn't like that, but whatever. So as I've lost weight, my pants have gotten loose, and I don't really like wearing belts, and I didn't want to buy new pants. So you either got to figure out a way to keep your pants up or be ready for like an indecent exposure ticket. I'd rather not have that. So what I first did was I got some suspenders. They work really well. These are the kind that have like the little claw thing that hooks on to the waistband of your pants. And it works, but I have two problems with it. The more annoying problem is getting into the truck or moving around the shop and the outfeed table and stuff. A lot of times on the back, these little tabs would snag on stuff, pops up, and then it slips off, and now you're lopsided, holding your pants up. The other problem is that for these to, the way that these hold so well is they've got a bunch of little metal teeth, which are basically little saw blades. And the problem there is it wears into the waistband of your trousers, your pants, whatever you want to call them, and you're eventually going to rip a hole in them. I don't want to get rid of these pants because of holes in the waistband. It just seems silly. So I started looking for an alternate solution. This isn't anything I invented. It's just worked out really well for me. Actually, right next to those suspenders, I found these suspenders that hook onto a button. Well, for these to work, your pants have to have buttons. And the pants that I like don't come with buttons in the waistband. My current pant of choice is these Duluth, not sponsored, but I would totally take a sponsorship. Flex, Fire Hose, whatever. I've always loved Carhartts, but I like these better. This isn't about that. I've never torn the crotch out of these ones with this diamond-shaped crotch protector thing. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I install buttons on these pants to be able to use those suspenders. So what I'm going to use to do this are these two-piece buttons I found on Amazon. For this particular style of suspenders, you need 6 of these, 6 pairs for every set of pants, because on the front you've got these double loops, and then on the rear you've got these single loops. So we need 6 of those. And really they just hammer into place, so you need some type of hammer. There's also these sort of leather working tools that you can use to help guide it, but I don't know, to me these are easy enough to pound in as they are. And looking at these pants, you can kind of see some of the damage from the jaws of these suspenders. What I'm going to do is, you need to figure out kind of what spacing you want. So what I've been doing is I lay the suspenders out, and obviously they're going to stretch some when you have them on. But what's worked pretty good for these particular pants is just kind of in between this center back belt loop and then the first loops on either side of it. And I just take a Sharpie, because this is all going to be covered up, and just right in the middle put a mark. And then I grab an awl just to punch through so I can see the hole on the other side, because you are going to be hammering these from the back. Flip those over. I don't know how well that'll show, but I now have a little hole there. So I'll take the nail side, push it through the hole, and then take the button and kind of fit that on. And then try to hold that in place and just gently get it started. With this particular set that I have, I think they're aluminum or something, which in a way is good because then you don't have to worry about them rusting, but they are a little more sensitive to abuse, I guess. So you want to make sure and have the hammer centered so that you don't deform the nail. And you just tap until that's fully seated. And if you look here, you shouldn't be able to see any of that nail if it's all the way seated. And now we'll just get this other one on the rear done. Okay. Now for the front, you have to do it a little differently because you've got two to account for rather than just the one. And so what I've been doing is kind of do up the pants, and then with these pants they've got two belt loops before the front pocket on either side of the fly. And so I've just been putting these kind of centering that first belt loop between the two straps from the front. I mean, obviously you can move that around depending on where you want it. This is where I guess it would be nice to have both types of suspenders so you have a good feel for where you want this strap to ride along the front of your torso. For me, this works. So, same as before, I'm going to take my Sharpie and then try to evenly start my holes about like that. Hit those with the awl, and we just repeat what we did before. Okay, I've got that first nail pushed through, grab the button, and this is just the same as the other side. And you can see this one has deformed a little bit. So I'm going to try to guide that back where I want it. Okay, that one's in. And there you go, we've got the front and the back done. So now, just take your suspenders. To me, it's easier to put these on before you put your pants on. Pull those into place. There you go. Super styling, ready to go. And your pants are not falling down. I prefer to keep the suspenders under my shirt. Not ideal because when you're gonna go use the restroom, you gotta do the Costanza and shirt's gotta come off, and yeah, it's a whole process. But my pants don't fall down. Super easy to do, and I'm a fan. Yeah, you could just wear a belt. I don't like wearing belts. To me, this is a lot more comfortable. Maybe it's because I'm getting close to 50 and this is kind of what an older guy should do. I don't know, but this works for me. These are the suspenders from Duluth Trading. I don't know that that really matters, but I'll throw a link in there if you think that these are really nice. I did start a separate YouTube channel specifically about how I'm cutting weight. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I'll include a link. Nothing fancy. I'm not into the gimmicks. I'm not into diets. To me, it's all about you have to change the way you got to change your habits. You got to change the way you live and how you treat food. I think that's kind of all there is to it, but whatever. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully there will be more to come soon. I'm in the middle of building cabinets for the old house. Hopefully the first load of cabinets is going in tomorrow. I really hope so, because I need to get that house sold. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of the stuff I do in my shop, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.